Hey, what's up everybody? This is Darwin. First, before I get started, I want to say Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Whether you're watching this now, Happy Father's Day today, or Happy belated Father's Day if you're watching another time. But in this video, I pretty much wanted to go over AU, which is Australian dollar versus the US dollar. As I posted last week, the trade that I actually took, or trades that I took on that pair, that resulted in a $4,400 day, which is my personal best day in trading. And I've been doing this for 2 years now, and you know, I haven't stopped. I've took time off and studied more, but you know, it's been a constant grind, constant growing thing. And I kind of wanted to break down that pair and tell you guys like what I seen going on, why I took the trade, how many lots was I, how many lots deep was I, you know. And so at the start of the week, I noticed that AU had been doing a bullish run. Now this bullish run was only a counter trend, and it was based off the H4 time frame. You had a nice downward push. Now after a downward push, you're always looking for some type of pullback. And within that pullback, I searched for patterns such as triangles, channels, rectangles, anything along those lines that can give me some kind of indication that the market is ready to transition or push in continue in that same direction. And in this case, I noticed that AU did a nice push down, and then it came to do this pullback. In that pullback, it started to form a nice ascending channel. And ascending channel in a downtrend usually results in a downward motion. And 9 times out of 10, it's a 1-to-1 ratio move. And I pulled out my fibs. I went from high to low on the H4 time frame. I start to see this channel form, and it hits at a level of resistance at 50% retracement. And I was like, dude, it's time. And knowing that AU moves rather slow, it does anywhere like from like 40 pip moves to 50 pip moves at times, even sometimes lower than that. But knowing that it moves slow, you can pretty much take advantage of it because you can increase your lot sizes and not have to worry about going into major drawdown like 50 to 100 pips. And so I'm in this trade pretty early on, and I entered two lot, so it's like 1.99, right around the 50% retracement level based on the H4 time frame. And here I am, I wake up, like I place these trades around like Asian session, excuse me. I place these trades around then, and then I wake up in London and I look at both of the trades. It's like negative $800. It's like one was like 380, the other one's 360, and then swap fees and all this type of stuff. I mean, not swap fees, but commission fees and stuff. And so I was like negative $800, fluctuating 700, 800. And the whole time I'm just like, okay, cool, stay calm. You know what it's gonna do overall. And I think it was starting to push to that 61.8 retracement level. As it started to do that, all I knew in my mind is if it did not close and form a whole nother candle over, I was not gonna close that trade. So here I'm in negative 800. By the time New York hit, I started to lose, started gaining some of that profit back. I mean, some of that negative was starting to come back, and it was like negative 300. And then by like 9 o'clock, it did like some major push. And then here I am like $500 in profit, $1,000 in profit, all the way down to like $1,700 to about $1,800 in profit, just fluctuating anywhere from there, and then back down to like $1,300. And you know, one thing as you're going on in trading, you don't really focus on the money anymore. You start to focus on catching the whole entire move. You know, in your beginning stages, you're like, oh, I caught 5 pips, I caught 10 pips, oh snap, I caught 20 pips. You know, that's cool. But as you're growing, you no longer want to catch small pip movements, because unless you're doing bigger lot size, if you're doing bigger lot size, it's cool. But 9 times out of 10, people aren't doing huge lot sizes to really make up for those 10 pips. So now focus on the whole entire move. Focus on catching the whole entire move, which one of my boys says all the time. And I had took a month off and was really studying, like, you know, catching the whole entire move. And I already knew, but it was more of a psychology thing of like actually letting it play out. So here we are. We hit I believe like Asian session again, and the trades start to counter against me. After it hit the 0%, which is my TP1, it, like I said, got to like 1800, and then it started going back. I started losing profit. It got down like 500, and when it got to 500, I knew I was looking for lower highs, and I had seen a bearish engulfing on like the 15-minute time frame, and I took the trade. I was like, boom, popped in a couple more lots, boom, boom. So here I am, like 6 lots deep at the time, and it started to retrace against me even more. And here I am. At one point, it actually got to like negative $1,400, and at that time I was 6 lots deep, and I still knew where TP2 was, which was my negative 27%. And which you guys will see all of this on my YouTube channel, me breaking down exactly what I'm talking about. So I still knew I had room to go to negative 27%, and I wasn't really panicking. Like, seeing that, trusting the process was the biggest thing. Like I said, I wasn't really looking at the money anymore. It's more so focused on catching the whole entire move. So knowing I had room to grow, I started to set sell limits. I set sell limit, sell limit, sell limit, sell limit, to where it equaled to where it was like 12 lots deep in total. And I remember the news coming out around 1 o'clock. It was around 1 o'clock, and some speech was going on. I can't remember. And, you know, I really don't pay attention to the news. That's why I was leaving the trades in, even at negative $1,400. And all I know is like it did a spike, and then all of a sudden it was just like, boom, just dropped down. I was like, whoa, what the hell just happened? Here I am, I'm looking at my phone, because I'm on my phone at the moment. It's like $600, $800, $1,000, $1,500, $1,800, $2,200, $2,400. And I look down, I'm like, okay, cool. It's gonna go to destination. So, you know, I've set my phone back in my pocket. I try to be like, okay, cool. I didn't have any TP set. I do everything like right then and there. And cause you never know how things are gonna play out. So I pull out my phone, not even a couple minutes later, like I can't really take my eyes off of this, cause you know, it got a lot of momentum, especially with the news pushing it. And boom, next thing I know, it's like 4K. And then 5K, 5,500, pushed a little bit past negative 27%. And immediately I was like, man, forget this. I'm gonna just start closing the orders out. Boom, started closing orders, and boom, closed it out at $4,400, and it hit TP2 and went a little bit past. I could have got more profit out of it, but you never get exactly, you never get the full amount. You always gotta pay a little bit back. So ended up closing that trade. Immediately once I closed the trade, freaking shot back up, shot way back up, as a matter of fact, and then danced around, and then I believe like the next day it just continued and just fell to hell. But that whole entire trade that I just described will be shown once again on my YouTube channel, so guys, be sure to check that out. If you guys are looking to get started in trading, or you're a trader out there that's kind of a little bit confused on exactly what's going on, or not being able to catch the whole entire move, hit me up. I'll show you guys step by step of what I do. This will not, and my MetaTrader came on, but this will not be a free course. It's not a free course, but my YouTube channel is free. You get all the type of free information, free details if you did want to learn that way. It does take longer. Me personally, I suggest that you get started now, because Forex trading, period, has always been the future, will continue to be the future. No other market tops it. It's the most liquid market in the world. So that's all for me, guys. I hope this video kind of like helps you guys like to understand, don't focus on the small moves, focus on the big moves, the bigger picture, catching the whole entire move, which will maximize your profit. And yeah, just go from there and study more than you trade. But that's it for me, guys. Peace out.